Well, hello, Stitchy friends. It's Karen here, and I thought I'd do a second Floss Tube video. The first one I did about a week ago, and I'm really surprised at how many people watched my video. I would have been happy to have 20 views, and I got over 476 subscribers, so I was really excited about that. So I just want to thank, thank everybody for watching and subscribing to my video last week. And some of you have asked me to do another one, so I thought I'd take the opportunity tonight and maybe show a couple WIPS that I have that I didn't show last week, and some of the cross stitches that I have on my wall that I've finished with some of them years ago, but I have them hanging on my wall, so I'll show you those. And then maybe I'll do a tag. I did steal a tag from somebody. I was watching one of her videos last night and came across one of her tags, so I thought I'd do that one. And that's about it, so it shouldn't be a very long video. I do want to shout out to some of my favorite floss tubers. I've got a kick out of watching your videos. You guys have inspired me to keep on stitching and try new things, and I just love all of you. I just feel like I'm friends with you already. I just feel like, I don't know, I'm just making friends through videos, and you guys are great. So the first one, the queen of FFOs, as I say, she's wonderful, and she just gets everything done so fast. Joe Gregoire, I just love watching your videos. I can't wait till you do another one, so do another one soon. Heather Stitches, I love all your videos. Pam Reed, I got through half of your videos. You're the one I'm stealing the tag from tonight. I just love your stuff. And Coffee Stitcher, of course. I watch every one of your videos. So I have some more favorites. I just can't, on the top of my head, remember your names. So I am watching. I watch Floss Tube all the time. I watch it while I'm stitching. I watch it while I'm watching TV. I'm always watching. So even if I don't comment, I've got a lot of you on my subscription list, and I watch all your videos. So, so I'll first start with this one here. This is the pattern from the Crossed Wing collection, Winter Visitor. I've had this done for a long time. I came across a problem with it, though. I don't know what happened, but here it is. It's pretty much done. The problem is, in the glove, I have a hole. Oh, my cats are fighting. Anyway, we'll ignore them. There's a hole over by the glove, so I have all these little snowflakes to add. There's probably about 15 of them. I'm going to put a snowflake over top of the hole and hope that that fixes the problem. My needle will not fit in this snowflake, so I have to figure out a way to get these snowflakes on the Aida cloth. I'm just thinking maybe a beading needle might be small enough. So if I can do that, I don't really want to glue them. So if anybody has any suggestions, I'd like to get this finished. So all I need to do is put these 15 snowflakes on my pattern or my cloth, and that will be ready to be ironed, washed, framed, so I can get that out of my way and make it an FFO. So that's that. And then I have this one. My boyfriend's mother, my mother-in-law, she gave me this pattern to finish for her. She started it. You probably can't really see it. I think it's this one here, down here. Little boy and a girl at a fountain. I started it quite a while ago. This is all I have done. Is that even upside down? Oh, yeah. No. I can't even tell. Yeah, no, that's it. That's what I've got started. And the pattern is really hard to follow, so I've kind of put it down for now, but I'm trying to pick it up again. I'm going to start picking it up again and working on it. There's a couple things I need to frog first, and some of the symbols are really close, so I kind of put the wrong color in a couple spots. So I have to fix that, and once it's fixed, I can get that finished. And actually, that's it for my current WIPS. I showed you all the other ones I had previously started on the last video. I bought this Halloween book the other day. I never pay full price for a catalog or magazine, but I loved it, everything in it, so I splurged and paid the $10 for that book because I really have never done a Halloween pattern before, and I really want to do one. And there's one in here that I absolutely love, and this is the one I'm going to do. It's 2 cats and a pumpkin. So I might start that one. I won't have it done in time for Halloween, but maybe for next Halloween. So now I'll go through some of my, well, all of my finished framed cross stitches. And the problem is my house is really dim. This is, where I'm sitting is in the kitchen, and I've got 3 lamps going around me so that you can actually see me. It's really dim in this house. I wanted to do this video earlier when it was bright out, but my friend Amy took me along all day. We went to yard sales and my sister's house, and we spent the day together, so I really didn't get that chance to do the video when it was nice and bright in here. So I'm doing it now while it's quiet. My boyfriend's at work. He works at the airport, and a flight's delayed tonight, so he's going to be late coming home. So I figured I'm all alone, and I'll get the video done without any interruptions. So I'm going to show you, I'm just going to pause the video, and I'll show you one of my finished cross stitches. Okay, this one is, it was a kit from Dimensions. It's called Chair with Flowers. I did it, oh gosh, probably 10 years ago. No, it had to have been, well, no, it was in 2006, because I bought the pattern at this cute little cross stitch shop that opened up here in 2006, and it closed shortly after. But I remember buying it with my grandmother, and I only bought it because it was on clearance. And I thought, oh, how boring is that, a chair and flowers? But it actually works nice in my dining room. It's by Dimensions, Gold Collection. This one is called Ayla. It's by White Willow Stitching. I won second prize at the local fair this year for this one. I made it for my boyfriend for Christmas last year. It took me about a year to do. I love it. It's one of my favorites. This one I stitched quite a long time ago. It's also by White Willow Stitching. It's called Tomboy. When I had it framed, the guy that framed it at the framers wanted to buy it for $200, and I said no because I loved it. I want to keep it for myself. I did that one quite a while ago. I can't even remember when. Sorry about the glare of my lights. I have every light in the house on, trying to keep this house bright, but it's still quite dark. I love that one. This one is also by White Willow Stitching. It's called Axe. And I stitched this one just before I stitched the previous one that I just showed. I love this one. I also entered this in the local fair quite a few years ago. After I stitched it, it won second place as well. Sorry about the darkness in here. I really can't get the house any brighter. This one I made for my dad. It's called Stitching, or no, Stitching. It's called Fishing Buddies, and I made that for my dad a few years ago. He loved it. He was very proud of it. He passed away in October last year, so after he passed, I took it on and put it Put it on my wall as a remembrance of him. This is also a Dimensions kit. This one is also a Dimensions kit. It's called, I think it's called 3 Bird Watchers. I stitched this while I was at work when I used to work in a dry cleaners and it was really slow. They allowed me to stitch, so I stitched that very quickly, probably within 3 months. This one here is also from Dimensions. It's called Too Pooped. And I just love this one. As soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it. I had to have it. This is a current work in progress I have going for my friend Joanne. I forgot to show this last time. It's a lighthouse with canoe and like a rickety old fence. I'm only on like page 1, so I really haven't had huge progress on it yet, but working on it every day and hoping it'll be done in the next several months. There's 16 pages. And that's that. So sorry about the darkness of my house and the glare and anyway, I'm not very good with these videos. I'll get better as I go along. I don't like talking in front of people, and I feel like I'm talking to myself, so if I don't feel like I'm talking to somebody, I get all nervous. Anyways, so I'm going to do the stitching style tag. I got it from Pam Reed, and I think she posted it back sometime in May. So there's 20 questions. I hope they'll go through. I'll go through them quickly. Number 1, what is your favorite fabric? I've only ever used Aida, so I don't have a favorite fabric. I'd like to try even weave. I'm scared to death of linen. I don't even want to try it, but I think I'll buy some even weave and give it a try and see how that goes. But I've really only used Aida. Number 2, do you use a hoop or a frame? I use a hoop for anything small. I use a wooden frame stand for my bigger projects. I just bought it recently, probably a couple months ago, and I like it. I have a hard time getting used to it. Not holding the frame. I feel like I have to hold something when I'm cross stitching, but I like it. It eases the tension on my hands. So, number 3. Well, I just answered number 3. Do you use a stand or do you like to stitch in hand? I like to stitch in hand when I have smaller projects. I like to use a stand with larger projects. Number 4, what is your favorite time to stitch? My only time to stitch is after 5 o'clock after work. I work 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, so I usually get off work at 5, do my laundry, cook supper, and by the time that's all done, it's usually about 7 o'clock. That's when I sit down and I'll stitch from usually 7 till 10, or sometimes midnight, depending on how good it's going. I stitch on Saturdays when I have nothing else to do. I always stitch after my housework's done. I feel like I can't sit down to relax until my chores are done. So my boyfriend doesn't understand that. He'll say, oh, just sit down, stitch, leave the dishes, or get the laundry later. No, I can't do that. Number 5, do you use a paper chart or are you a digital cross-stitcher? I have not used digital cross-stitch. I have to have paper. I have to have my bright yellow highlighter, and I even use the original chart sometime and just mark it up, and I don't ever use the same chart twice. I never cross-stitch the same pattern twice anyway, so I just mark it up and throw it out. Are you a floss licker? Number 6. Yes, I am a floss licker. Number 7. Are you a hoarder or do you buy as needed? For 20 years, I've been cross-stitching for over 20 years. I buy as needed until Floss Tube came along, and until Cross Stitch and Discuss came along, and now I want to hoard. I want to buy things all the time. I want everything now because I see all of your patterns and it's like, I want to do that one. I want to do that one. I need a new organizer for my DMC. I need that, but I don't have the money to go out and buy all that right at this moment. So right now I'm still buying as needed. Number 8, what is your favorite floss to use? I've only ever used DMC, so I have no idea what the other floss is like. The only other floss I've ever used is the floss in some of those dimension kits, which I don't like because it's not organized. I have to organize it myself, and the numbers are not DMC numbers, and sometimes when I'm stitching with that floss, I'm stitching and all of a sudden it breaks apart, and that really irritates me because I have to start again with another piece of thread. That's why I don't do kits anymore. I did all those dimensions kits, and now I tend to buy the pattern and then just buy all the DMC to go with it. Because I'm used to DMC, I love DMC, and I might try something different later down the road. Are you a serial stitcher or do you do one WIP at a time? Well, right now I've got a few WIPs, and I just get tired of doing the same one all the time. So I like to do one until I get tired of it, work on another one, and then go back to the other. Number 10, do you have a lot of FFOs or UFOs? I have UFOs. I probably have about 4 of those, and I plan to pick them up soon and continue stitching with them. Stitching them. So my FFOs are all on my wall. I frame everything I make. Everything I make goes in a frame. Number 11, do you watch TV or no TV while you're stitching? I do. I have the TV going, or I have Floss Tube going, or sometimes both. And then sometimes I just listen to music while I'm stitching. But I have to have something going in the background. I hate it when it's too quiet. When I'm cleaning the house, I like to have music going, or the TV, or Floss Tube. Just a sec. My cat's picking at one of my projects. Number 12, do you stitch alone or with a friend? I wish I could stitch with a friend. I hate stitching alone. I would love to have someone to stitch with. I don't know anybody who cross stitches, so I don't have anybody to stitch with. I tried to teach my sister how to stitch, and she tried it for a little while and then got bored of it and put it down, and that was the end of that. So I tried to teach Holly, my stepdaughter, how to stitch, and again, she's 12. She got bored of it, doesn't want to continue. So, but I feel like I'm stitching with a friend when I'm on my cross stitch group, when I'm reading all of your posts or watching the Floss Tube videos. I feel like I'm sitting right there next to you, stitching with you. So that always helps. I wish I had Floss Tube and the cross stitch groups 10 years ago, because I would have got a lot more done. Number 13, are you an experimental stitcher or do you stitch by the book? By the book, because I can't change things up. I admire the people that do. Coffee Stitcher, I watch his videos all the time, and I love how he changes colors and changes whole pictures. He doesn't want this, he puts this in. I can't do it. He's very good at that, and I couldn't be bothered. It has to be by the book. I can't even change a color. If it says color whatever number, I can't even change it to the next color up or the next color down. It would bother me. I'm very OCD like that with numbers. I have to use the number it calls for. I cannot change it. And I'll show you this. I went online. There was this lady moving out. She had a bunch of cross-stitch books, and she was selling them for $50. There was about 220 books, and a lot of them were hardcover. There were kits in the package. Well worth over $200 worth of stuff. So there was 2 Q-snaps. There was floss, everything. I bought it for $50. I ended up selling half of it at yard sales. What are you doing? That's Lily, my oldest cat. I ended up selling most of it. I kept what I wanted. I sold most of it at yard sales and got my money back. So I ended up really getting it for free. But I got this box of floss with it. Apparently it's all DMC. My OCD will not allow me to use it because none of it's numbered. Not one of these bobbinated flosses are numbered. Not one. So this is going in my yard sale box to sell or give away. I can't use it if it doesn't have a number. So, and I know people say, well, just use it for the little small projects and create your own colors. And I can't. I have to have numbers for everything. If I don't have numbers, I don't do the cross stitch. So that's just my weird way, or OCD. I'm weird with numbers, but anyways. Number 14. Do you bobbinate your floss? Yes, I have to bobbinate. And I have containers for everything. It's not in any particular order. I will put it in order eventually. Number 15, do you start in the middle or the corner of your fabric? I always start in the middle. That way I know that I have enough fabric. I always measure way too much fabric on either side and top and bottom, just to make sure that I don't do all this stitching for nothing and then have no room to finish it. But I usually always start in the middle. Number 16, do you have a rotation or do you not have a rotation? I kind of have a rotation. Like, I have a Pin-Up Girl cross stitch on the go, and I worked on her since February straight with nothing else. So now I'm on to the Lighthouse. I'll do the Lighthouse for another week or two and go back to the Pin-Up Girl and maybe go back to my mother-in-law's cross stitch, and I'll just work the 3 until they're all done. Number 17. Do you use a timekeeper or a project manager? I would love to. I never think of it. I always keep track of how many months it took me to do. If I started something in August, hey, cats. I have 2 cats that don't like each other, and they're constantly fighting. You be nice. You be nice. You stop that. I would love to have a timekeeper. I would love to know exactly how many hours I put into a project. Like I said, I know how many months I put into a project. I could say this one took me a year, this one took me 3 months, but I'd like to know how many hours. Maybe the next one I start, I'll actually keep track of those hours. Number 18, do you park or not park? I have not tried the parking method. It just looks, I feel like if I did, all those strands hanging down, I wouldn't even know what numbers they were, or I would forget where they were, and I don't grid my fabric, so it would be a mess. I go one little block at a time, right along the board, all the way down. One block of 100, I just keep going until, well, for the most part. The one that I just showed you wasn't like, it was started out like that, but then, anyway. So, do you keep your orts? Number 19. I've been stitching for, like I said, 20 years. Never kept my orts. Watched Floss Tube a few times. Read a whole bunch of posts and Cross Stitch and Discuss, the group I'm on. And because of all of you, enablers, I now have an ort jar. Why? I have no idea. They're thread that needs to go in the garbage, but I feel like I need to be with the cool kids and have an ort jar. Why not? It's pretty. And it just, I don't know, I just like stuffing it. I want to see how stuffed I can get it before I can't get another ort in there. That would be kind of cool. So, anyway, that's my ort jar. And I really like what Jo Gregoire did. She keeps her orts, and then in the spring she puts them in a, I don't know, a container or something out for the birds, and they make nests out of it. And then they have all this colorful thread in their nest. I love that idea. I love that idea. I think that was wonderful. I might even try that after my jar is completely full and I can't get another thread in there. So, number 20, the last question. Do you have a favorite drink or snack to keep with you when you're stitching? I like to have like water next to me. I like to be able to sip on my water. I am a snacker, so whatever I'm eating, usually, I try not to eat anything that could make a mess. Although, about a month ago, my boyfriend had a friend over and they were watching TV out in the living room and they were eating Doritos, and I said, can I have some? And Darren's like, but you're cross-stitching, you can't eat Doritos and cross-stitch. I said, watch me, because I will eat Doritos and cross-stitch. And I didn't get one speck of Dorito on my cross-stitch, but if I had of, I would have been mad. So I really shouldn't do that. I shouldn't eat Doritos while I'm cross-stitching. But I love Doritos, so I just couldn't pass it up. But really, I shouldn't do that. Because I really don't know how to get stains out of things. I'm not really good at getting stains out. So, anyways, that's pretty much it for me. And thank you for watching. And I will maybe make another one next week. I haven't really been stitching much because all week I've been sick. I was sick on Tuesday with the flu. I was sick on Wednesday. Sick on Thursday. I ended up calling in sick. I rarely call in sick to work, and I work from home, so I could be sick, sit there and work from home, but I was sitting at my desk on Thursday morning, and my manager IM'd me, and she said, how are you feeling today? Because I had told her the day before I was sick, and I said, not good. I just want to go to bed. I was exhausted, and she said, go to bed. So I did, and I slept from 10 o'clock that morning to 5 o'clock that night, straight, without any interruption. So it was kind of nice. But I've been sneezing and sniffing and stuff since then. So, but I feel better today. So anyway, so I will, if I can, I'll make another video in a week or two after I get some stitching done, and I'll show my progress. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and talk to you later.